Hey everybody, welcome. This is No Bones About Wrestling, and I'm one of your hosts, Asa, and this is K Fabulous.
Hey.
I believe Wolf is going to join us, but I'm not sure. I think he's going to. But anyways, this is our AEW Double or Nothing prediction show, which we're doing a watch along for the pay-per-view at 7:55 tonight, and that will be on YouTube, also the same place you're watching this, because we're only available on YouTube tonight. Um, yeah, let your friends, family know. Not on X tonight. We're only on YouTube, which I don't know how you would uh, be watching this unless you were watching us on YouTube. So let people know we're only on YouTube tonight. Anyway, so we're going to get right to it with the Double or Nothing predictions. And of course, the No Bones About Wrestling Predictions Championship belt is on the line right
Would you go ahead
here,
and fork that over?
which K Fabulous, I believe, possesses.
Not you believe, it's fact.
I believe she
It's
possesses it.
fact. I possess it. Both literally and figuratively. It is mine.
So Wolf will be joining us for the show tonight, and also will be, and also Switch will be joining us starting around 9 o'clock tonight. All right, so let's get started. And we're not going to take too long because I'm going to eat something before the show starts. Going to go kind of in the order I think these matches will happen. I mean, of course, this is no guarantee. This is just me picking an order. First off, the Paragon. We've got TNT champion Adam Cole, Bebe, teaming up with Kyle O'Reilly and former international champion Roderick Strong, and they are taking on the Callis family. Okay, fabulous. Who do you have winning this trios match?
All Elite Wrestling saying enjoy the show tonight, everyone. We will. It looks like it's gonna be awesome. So I have the Callis family winning in this. This was the one that I was one of the ones I was the least sure about. This and one other one. I feel like kind of could go the other way, but with the three members of the Callis family they have in it, I really have a hard time seeing them lose.
Yep.
Hey. Coming for your belt tonight. Ha! Should pry it out of my cold dead hands.
We will see.
Plus, if you win it, you will tie with Asa for the win.
Yeah. Well, thanks for spoiling that. Well, we won't spoil Switch's picks, but we will. I will say.
Sorry.
I will say my picks for tonight are the same as Switch's. So if I win, we both split it. Which last time that I had it, Switch and I were the co-champions.
Mm-hmm.
So if I win it tonight, we will be the co-champions again. Because yeah, Switch and I picked all the exact same things.
What was your tag team name? The
Southern Boys. No, that was a real tag team.
Southern Brothers.
Southern Brothers, something like that.
Something like that. Switch, let me know if I'm wrong.
All right, so you picked the Callis family.
I picked the Callis family.
All right. I picked the Callis family. The Paragon that doesn't seem to have too much heat to it. Doesn't seem to have too much going on, too much in the way of story. And the Callis family, they just keep building, just keep making them stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was Fletcher, Takeshita, and Alexander, and those three could use the pay-per-view win. Cole has a singles belt, doesn't need a trios win.
I keep forgetting he has that belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see much of a point in the Paragon winning this one. So I'm going to predict the Callis family.
We did have one viewer predict the Paragon. Which, speaking of viewer predictions, if you're watching this or watching it now or watching it later, feel free to send us your picks either in the chat or on X, and you can be entered into our viewer/listener contest.
Yeah, we have a post on X there saying post here. Even if you don't find that post, you can still send us your picks, and you'll be entered in the viewer/listener prediction contest, and the winner will get an AEW related prize. And on a side note, the other prizes are shipping out either this coming weekend, meaning a week from now, or
Okay.
or the Monday afterwards. So sometime between, I say between 7 and 8 days from now, the prizes will be shipping out from our past contests and tonight's.
I didn't realize this hadn't shipped.
They have not shipped.
Okay, yeah, we'll get on that.
Up next, we've got the AEW Continental title match. We have the champion Okada defending against Speedball Mike Bailey. And Kay, who do you have winning this one?
I have Okada winning this one, which I say with regret and sadness in my voice, because I'd love for Speedball Mike Bailey to get a belt, but I think it's too soon for him. And plus, it's Okada. You know, he's got to work his way up to that. I think this seems like a sudden kind of matchup.
Yeah, Okada's had this title for quite a while now, for months.
Mhm.
So I don't see them just handing it to Bailey like that. Yeah, I pick Okada to retain. Up next, we're going to make short work of this prediction show.
Well, there's just two of us, and you don't have Wolf's picks, right?
I don't have Wolf's picks. No,
Okay.
Wolf was supposed to join us.
So Switch saying the Southern Brother is about to have a second run. Not if I can help it.
Yep. And so, as I said, right, Wolf was supposed to join us. Maybe still will. We'll see. But Switch, my picks and Switch's picks are the same picks. We did not plan it that way. That's just the way it is. So,
Ooh, Switch! I like your icon. I think that's new. Is that new?
what?
There's a little icon right there.
I'm not sure.
I like it. It's Slimer green.
Sure.
It's the best
like
color on the planet.
I don't think it's new, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, I like it either way.
Up next, we have the AEW World Tag Team Title match. We have the champions, the Hurt Syndicate, of course, accompanied by MVP, and they're taking on the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, and their belts are not on the line. Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. K Fabulous, who do you like in the World Tag Team Title match?
I have the Hurt Syndicate retaining. We haven't really seen the Sons of Texas. No, so I'm doing this backwards. Am I doing this backwards? No, it is the Sons of Texas, right? Okay. We haven't seen the Sons of Texas very much on AEW television. So that would be too random, I think, for them to suddenly win these belts. I would like to see something interesting happen to then lead us to All In with either like a rematch with a stipulation maybe or something, where maybe like both titles will be on the line and they will maybe unify them. I don't know.
All right, but you're picking the Hurt Syndicate.
I'm picking the Hurt Syndicate, yes. Sorry.
So I picked the Hurt Syndicate to retain. Yeah, as Kay said, just seems kind of random to bring in Rhodes and Guevara. I would like for them to win the belts, but I don't see it happening. And Switch and I both predicted the Hurt Syndicate to retain the World Tag Team titles tonight. Same thing with the Okada and Bailey. They just picked Bailey out of kind of nowhere to put him against Okada, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't see either of those belts changing hands.
Our good friend Rewind showing up. I miss Goldust. He was sort of a father figure to me. Awesome.
We all miss Goldust.
It's true.
Yeah, Goldust, one of Dustin Rhodes' many successful characters throughout the years.
I feel like we saw a little glimmer of Goldust when Dustin came out and told the Hurt Business, if you want to hurt people, hurt me. You know, that made me think of Goldust.
You think so? Kinky.
Yeah.
All right, up next, AEW World Women's Title match. You got the champion, Timeless Tony Storm, taking on, and this is another match. Seems all four of these first matches were all made this week. A lot of matches made with not much build at all to them.
It wasn't this week.
Last week.
Yeah,
that was last week.
Okay, same point though. I mean,
week and a half. Yeah, rush build, if any build at all.
But they'll be good matches.
Oh, I'm not questioning the quality of the match. I'm questioning the quality of the build.
Yeah.
Timeless Tony Storm taking on Mina Shirakawa, defending the belt against her. And yeah, for those of you joining us first, I'd like to say thank you for welcoming us back. We've been gone. I've gotten a new job, and that's kind of thrown things. Obviously that comes before this, so that's kind of thrown things around the last 2 weeks or so. And so sorry to cancel so many things, but that's sometimes that's what happens in life.
And it was the last month of school, which is my own personal hell. But that's over.
So we're back.
On summer break.
We're back. All right, so the women's world title, Tony Storm retains. I don't see any way that Shirakawa wins the belt here. I don't see how that would make any sense at all.
And I agree. I also have Tony Storm winning. I feel like the short builds are reminiscent of the old AEW that I think a lot of people lament about missing that old AEW. But I am a little concerned that AEW thinks that that is the part that they are missing, which lack of build to pay-per-view matches, nobody misses that.
No.
There should not be a thing that is happening now in your company.
No. All right, let's see. Up next, we've got FTR, former multi-time World Tag Team Champions, and we are making short work of this prediction show.
Well, normally our shows are so long. This will make up for it. We'll have a short show.
Yeah. Former World Tag Team Champions, FTR. They are taking on former TNT champion Daniel Garcia and his partner, former Ring of Honor World Champion Nigel McGuinness. Of course, one of the commentators. Derek's Wrestling Tees. Hey, everybody, just want to hop on. He's at Double or Nothing. Awesome. Very cool, man. Enjoy.
He traveled far because he lives in Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. That's very cool.
And yeah, thank you for joining us for this prediction show.
Yeah, good. Always good to hear from you.
And this prediction show, it's going to be available on Spotify. If you want to hear it in the hour before the show, it'll be there. Or if you want to listen to it afterwards, it'll be there.
Or if you miss the sound of our voice late at night one time and you just want to
just
not feel so alone, we're here for you.
Right. A quick little jolt of no bones.
Switch saying, "Sweet Derek, have fun and be safe."
All right, so FTR versus Garcia and McGuinness. Kay, who do you have winning?
I have FTR winning because what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Why is this happening?
Yeah, I'm not sure. So I think it's going to be a hell of a show, but a lot of these matches seem pretty obvious to me. Now I could be. We'll see.
Oh my God, let us be wrong.
I would love to be wrong. Yeah.
I would love it. Can you imagine some surprise ending?
I would love some surprises.
AW, if you want to do that, that would be excellent.
Yeah.
Even if it means I lose my belt, I would be okay with it. Mostly.
Yeah, I could be wrong. These seem pretty obvious. And if they're not obvious, some of it seems to have been just like I said, I don't understand the booking going into some of these. Like I said, Okada and Bailey, no build. Hurt Syndicate versus Rhodes and Guevara.
Nigel McGuinness in a match. Like, what?
Yeah, Nigel McGuinness in a match.
Does he have a long history with FTR that I don't know about?
I don't know.
I mean, I know they were on Ring of Honor.
Yes.
But were they on together? Is that a thing? That's like... Because with Danielson, he wrestled because he had a giant feud with him his whole career. But he just wanted to get back in the ring, and they were like, hey, let's put you on a pay-per-view.
Storm and Shirakawa, not much of a build, so... I mean, I think the show's going to be good. Don't get me wrong. I'm just, the build to some of these matches left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, but Shirakawa won an eliminator match, which just the fact of them having anyone win an eliminator match, I'm for it, since they tend to... Oh, wait, sorry.
Switch says he's only worried about his pick between Will Ospreay and Hangman, which we'll get to last, of course.
Worried.
All right, so you pick FTR in the tag match?
Yeah, of course I pick FTR. That one's not a real tag team. If they lose, I will be pissed. That is how strongly I feel about this one.
I pick FTR to win. I think, I think we may see McGuinness even turn on Garcia. You're
stealing my prediction.
Well, it seemed like a good prediction.
Yeah, I said that when we were watching the match earlier.
I think we may see Guinness turn on Garcia.
Yeah, of course he's going to.
May see Daddy Magic turn on Garcia. I don't know.
That's the only thing he's got going.
Only thing who has going?
Daddy Magic is his love of Garcia.
Oh, I don't.
It's the only thing that brings him behind the out from behind the announcer's table.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know, but I figure we're gonna see. I feel like you're right. We'll see McGinnis turn on Garcia there.
He's a bad guy.
I'm not sure what the point is for that match.
He's the heel commentator.
Here, yeah, I don't get the point of that. Here's one I'm really looking forward to: a stretcher match. We've got Ricochet taking on former Ring of Honor champion Mark Briscoe. Who have you got winning this one, Kay?
This is why I really wanted Wolf to be here, because my plan was to steal whatever pick he picked. Because I have Mark Briscoe winning, and I'm pretty sure nobody else does. Not that that matters, but like, it just seems like the type of match Briscoe should win. Like, I get Ricochet is a bigger deal. I get that he's like, they're pushing him forward, and Mark Briscoe, they're kind of just letting lie where he is.
Mhm.
But I'm picking Briscoe. I reserve the right to change my mind once I talk to Wolf, because he normally can talk me out of my ridiculous ideas. This is definitely a ridiculous idea, but I'm picking Mark Briscoe.
It's a ridiculous idea. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Oh shit! Should I change it? Oh, I should. Anytime I change my mind, I'm always wrong when I change it, and I was right the first time.
Well, Switch asks, do y'all think Cope could come back in this match? Is he talking about this one? Oh, he was talking about the FTR. He was talking about the FTR match. I was gonna say that didn't make any sense. That's a good guess, because I don't think he's actually injured, but I'm not sure.
I think the only way he would come back is if McGinnis turns on Garcia, match ends, and then Cope runs out to keep Garcia from getting like the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah.
That's the only. I mean, I think that's very possible. I don't know what kind of injury he had, though. Do you?
Like I said, I think a fake one.
Oh, a fake one.
I don't think he's actually injured.
Back.
That's why it's fake. Yeah, I don't think he's actually injured.
He's like one of your biggest stars. Why would you fake injure him after
I don't know.
Prolonged real injury?
Could be real. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I looked and I couldn't find anything earlier today, so I don't think so.
Stop talking, Kay. You're making me second.
See a stretcher match. Ricochet and Mark Briscoe. Yeah, Ricochet. He's getting the push, and as Kay herself even pointed out, Mark Briscoe kind of just lying there. I mean, he's a great wrestler, but they're not really doing a lot with him. Whereas they're actively using Ricochet's character every week. So Ricochet could use this win. I'm looking forward to this match.
But Mark Briscoe's been lying there. Mark Briscoe has been lying there for a while, and even then, like in the Continental, whatever it's called, Championship Battle Royal, what's that called? The Continental Classic. There we go. Even in the Continental Classic, he still beat Kyle Fletcher, not for any reason, but just because he's good. So Tony Khan likes to give him wins sometimes to show off the fact that Tony Khan is aware of the fact that he's good. And I think I might be due again for one of those times. Plus, I have the bad guys winning a lot of these matches. Well, do I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 heels winning. So I'm gonna give Briscoe the win, so it's not just a whole bad boy rundown of everyone,
All right.
Oh, hi! They just Switch wants to know what's the shirt on your chair. It's the shirt I brought him down to wear, but it's too cold in our house, and so
I may wear it later. It's my Bryan Danielson American Dragon.
Yeah, it's awesome. That is an All Elite Crate exclusive.
Correct.
From 2 crates ago, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, you can only get that in the All Elite Crate.
I'm wearing my Gotta Fight 'Em All White Mike AML shirt.
Well, we're gonna turn the air back to where it's a human. The sun's gone down.
Okay.
Where it's a human temperature in this house.
It's freezing for the cats.
All right, 3 matches left here. Anarchy in the Arena. We've got what I put as Team Moxley. You call it whatever you want.
That's what I call it.
We got Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, Marina Shafir, and the Young Bucks taking on Kenny Omega, Swerve Strickland.
Oh, I have a list. I put it down because I figured we'd forget. Omega, Swerve,
Thank you.
Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, Katsuyori Shibata, and Willow Nightingale versus John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, the Young Bucks,
I just named
and
that
Marina
team
Shafir. I was just making sure that I said everyone.
for redundancy's sake.
Yes.
So yeah, Anarchy in the Arena should be wild. We know that much. Who have you got winning, Kay?
I have Team Moxley winning because, as the cruel Lord has proven to me time and time again, you can't pick against Moxley. So I'm not going to.
Don't pick against John Moxley on pay-per-view.
It's true.
I picked Team Moxley to get the win, whatever you want to call them. Death Riders and the Young Bucks. Probably more accurate way to call them, but whatever. Team Moxley wins. Switch also picked Team Moxley. As I said, he and I, we picked all the same. So if you want to know what Switch picked, just listen to what I picked, and we both picked the same. We did not plan that out. It was purely a coincidence. Great minds think alike. 2 matches left, and then we'll go back over what we've picked. Owen Hart women's tournament final. The winner gets the title shot at All In. We've got TBS champion, the undefeated Mercedes Moné, taking on Jamie Hayter. K Fabulous, who's winning?
I have Jamie Hayter winning. So I cannot see an All In where Mercedes Moné is not wrestling Athena. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And if she wins this match, she can't wrestle Athena at All In because she'll be wrestling Toni Storm. So, yeah, I'm picking Jamie Hayter. Plus, Jamie Hayter lost her belt to Toni Storm when she had that like shoulder injury that she had to go out for. And that was such a lackluster, like nothing match. It was such a sad way for Jamie Hayter to go out with the title. And so I want her to have a rematch finally. It'd be good.
Actually, I'm going with your reasoning, and I'm changing mine.
Whoa.
I see Monet fighting Athena at All In also. And yeah, as Kay just said, if she wins here, she can't fight Athena at All In. So I'm going to say Jamie Hayter gives Monet her first loss. And we see Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm. So this is the one that Switch and I have disagreed on. And Switch,
As of right now.
yeah, you're welcome to change any of your picks up until 750, as all of us are. I'm not going to be changing in my picks, but we're all able to change our picks if we wish up until 750.
We change our picks up until the match happens, usually.
Do we?
Yeah.
Sometimes. That's true.
Many of us
That's
have
true.
changed mid
That's
pay
true.
per view.
Well,
just before the match starts.
Viewers, you can only change yours till
Yes, yeah,
750.
that's
We can
confusing.
change ours till whenever the fuck we want
Yes,
to.
we can, yeah.
So, but we're not competing against you. We're competing with each other. Viewers and listeners are competing with each other. So the rules are the same for the 2 different contests.
Switch saying 4-way at All In, Toni versus Monet versus Hayter versus Athena. I hope not. He's keeping his pick.
Keeping his pick.
I
That's
admire steadfastness.
That's one where now Switch and I are different. Now, I'll go over the 3 of our picks, and Wolf's picks are kept a mystery until the show starts, I guess. I think he said he wasn't feeling very well. Hopefully, he's still going to join us.
Yeah.
All right, so Double or Nothing, a main event, the Owen Hart men's tournament final, what will almost definitely be the match of the night. Will Ospreay, former international champion, taking on former world champion Hangman Adam Page. K Fabulous, who you got? Who gets the title shot at All In?
Hangman Adam Page does.
Wow.
He's a cowboy. The wrestling match happens in Texas. And then following that match, the next pay-per-view is Forbidden Door in London. So I have in my brain, what's his name? Hangman Adam Page wins this, and then he faces Moxley at All In, possibly wins for Moxley at All In, but either way, Ospreay gets his shot in London, is what I think is going to happen, and then he wins it in London.
I see.
Although I don't know if they'll do that twice, but I think they will, because I think it's a well they want to keep on drinking from.
Well, that makes sense, and I could see the main event going either way. But I'm gonna say Will Ospreay gets the win. Um, and we see Moxley versus Ospreay at All In.
Plus, Hangman's like soliloquy that he gave after Will Ospreay's soliloquy was so much better. Hangman's was like his reasoning for why he needs this, and I agree with him. So
Well,
going with Hanger.
all right. So here are the picks. K Fabulous, you probably have them, right?
I sure do. I can put them on the board.
Paragon.
Oh, wait, he's alive-ish.
Who was that?
Wolf.
Oh,
from Wolf Den Wrestling Podcast.
He's alive-ish. So, well, Wolf, you've missed the pick show, but
send them to me. I'll put them on the spreadsheet.
Send them to K Fabulous. She'll put them on the spreadsheet, and so you got another hour to make it for the show to rest up for the show. So here are the picks, real quick, that we have. In the Paragon versus the Callis family, K Fabulous, Switch, and I all pick the Callis family to get the trios win. Continental title match, Okada defending against Mike Bailey. Kay, Switch, and I all picked Okada to retain. In the World Tag Team title match, Kay, Switch, and I all picked the Hurt Syndicate to retain over Rhodes and Sammy Guevara. In the women's title match, Kay, Switch, and I all picked Tony Storm to retain over Mina Shirakawa. All three of us picked FTR to win over Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. In the stretcher match, Switch and I picked Ricochet to beat Mark Briscoe, and Kay picked Mark Briscoe to pick up the win. In the Anarchy in the Arena match, Switch, Kay, and I all picked Team Moxley to beat Team Omega, whatever you want to call the teams.
I was calling it Team Swerve.
I think Omega's a bigger star than Swerve. That's why I went with Team Omega. In the women's Owen Hart tournament final, Kay and I both picked Jamie Hayter to win. Switch picked Mercedes Moné to get the win. And in the men's Owen Hart tournament final, Switch and I picked Will Ospreay to win the main event, and Kay picks Hangman Adam Page. And we will find out Wolf's picks. So Wolf, yeah, just send those to K Fabulous, and she'll get them on the spreadsheet, and we will find out Wolf's picks hopefully when the show begins. And viewers, listeners, send in your picks.
Wait.
What?
Switch says, okay, switch my pick to Hangman K. Sullivan.
Oh, there we go.
Excellent. Updating the spreadsheet.
Okay. So we will give updates when we start the show. And Wolf, if you'll send Kay your picks, and viewers and listeners, you can get us your picks. You have until 750 to get us your picks on X. There's a post there that has like a crystal ball? Yeah.
Yeah.
Has a crystal ball. If you'll post on that post with your picks, that would be great. The winner of the viewer/listener contest will get a small AEW prize that will be mailed out the beginning of next week, meaning about 8 days from now. And yeah, I think that's it. And folks, so catch us at 7:55. We are going to be live watching Double or Nothing. It's going to be K Fabulous, myself, and Wolf, who hopefully is alive. Switch will be joining us around 9 o'clock to watch the rest of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And it's at youtube.com/at no bones about wrestling/streams. And then you click where it says live.
Mm-hmm.
Same place you're watching this. If you're watching on YouTube, same place. Spread it around. And again, that is at 7:55. That's about 50 minutes from right now. We're watching Double or Nothing and talking about it and talking about this, that, and the other all night too.
And if for some reason you can't watch the show tonight, you can always catch our rundown of it on AEW Weekly, making its triumphant return with me on Tuesday at
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. couldn't remember. Normally
Yeah,
it's Wednesdays at
AEW
6.
Weekly returns Tuesday, 8 o'clock. And of course, we'll talk about Collision. We'll talk about Dynamite. We'll be talking about uh,
Double or
Double or
Nothing.
Nothing. We'll be doing our top 5 rankings, talking
News.
all sorts of things, AEW news, all sorts of things AEW. And that is AEW Weekly, Tuesday night at 8. Rewind says Hook wins it all.
Interesting prediction.
And yeah, so join us 7:55. I'll run down real quick what else we have going on this week. 7:55 tonight, 50 minutes from now, Double or Nothing. Watch along on YouTube. Tuesday at 8, AEW Weekly on YouTube only. Wednesday at 7:55, YouTube only. AEW Dynamite Watch Along. Thursday night on YouTube only. WCW Slamboree 2000 Watch Along.
Yeah.
And then starting next weekend, we'll be back on X and YouTube. But for this week, we are only on YouTube. Just broadcasting. We're still posting things on X, so we'll have links to our shows on X. We post news on X, rumors, this, that, the other. We're still posting things on X. Our shows will not be streaming live on X this week. Starting next weekend, they will be streaming on X and YouTube
And
live, and Twitch. Yes, again.
Yeah.
But this week, YouTube only. Anyways, that's it. See you in 50 minutes for Double or Nothing live on pay-per-view and live streaming with No Bones About Wrestling. See you then. Thanks for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.